Was King Arthur real? The legendary king who pulled a sword from a stone established the Knights of the Round Table and ruled from the magical castle of Camelot? It's a story we all know and love, but did any of it actually happen? Let's pull back the mists of Avalon and see what we can find. The story of Arthur is a cornerstone of British identity, but when you start digging for the historical man, things get complicated. The first major mention of Arthur comes from a 9th century Welsh monk named Nennius. In his History of the Britons, he describes a warrior leader, not a king, named Arthur, who fought against the Saxon invaders in 12 major battles. The most famous of these was the Battle of Badon Hill, where Arthur supposedly single-handedly killed over 900 men. An impressive feat, but is it history, or a storyteller getting a little carried away? Other early Welsh texts, like the Annals Cambriae, also mention Arthur, placing his death at the Battle of Camlan. But here's the problem. None of these accounts were written during the time Arthur was supposed to have lived, around the late 5th and early 6th centuries. They were all written hundreds of years later. It's like trying to write a detailed biography of your great-great-great-great-grandfather, based only on family gossip. Now let's talk about the fiction, because this is where the legend truly comes alive. The King Arthur we know today, with Camelot, Queen Guinevere, the noble Lancelot, and the quest for the Holy Grail, is largely the creation of a 12th century writer, Geoffrey of Monmouth. His book, The History of the Kings of Britain, was a medieval bestseller. He took the scant whispers of a warrior and spun them into a full-blown epic, complete with a royal lineage, a magical advisor named Merlin, and the enchanted sword, Excalibur. Later, French and English poets added even more layers, turning it into the complex romantic saga we're familiar with. So Lancelot and Guinevere's love affair, the Round Table, all brilliant but later literary inventions. So if the historical evidence is so thin, where does that leave us? Well, it leaves us in the fascinating world of conspiracy and theory. One popular theory is that Arthur wasn't a name but a title, derived from the Roman name Artorius. Perhaps there was a Roman-British commander named Lucius Artorius Castus, whose real-life exploits became the seed of the legend. Another theory suggests Arthur wasn't one person at all, but a composite figure, a blend of several different British warlords and Celtic gods, all rolled into one heroic character to inspire a nation. In the end, the search for the historical King Arthur is like chasing a ghost through the fog. We have tantalizing clues, but no definitive proof. But maybe, just maybe, that's the point. Whether he was a real man, a title, or a complete fabrication, Arthur represents an ideal, a symbol of justice, chivalry, and hope in dark times. And that is a legend worth keeping alive.